Hey, why are you all the way down there? Come up. Greetings from Lviv Girl. Today I want to discuss the wonderful way how people organize themselves to rescue others. In my previous video I spoke about Kazan, and so I just want to show you Kazan on the map. So you can see this, I think this element was missing. Also, I made a video about FSB agents hiring children and other people who need money to damage Ukrainian infrastructure and to burn military vehicles. And just recently, the first girl in her early 20s, she was sentenced to 6 years of jail. This year, 300 cars were burned. I'm pretty self-absorbed, and I think a lot about what's going on in my life, a lot about what's going on in Ukraine. I follow the news, I try to read between the lines, I try to guess what is the mood of key players, what are the plans and thoughts and secret agreements of key players, and I try to guess what could be the future, what could happen to our country. Many of my viewers are from the United States, and I know United States now, the East Coast is affected by hurricanes, as now it is the hurricane season, and it's devastating. We are now watching how Hurricane Milton behaves. Yesterday we saw devastations in Florida, and over 2 million houses were severely damaged. People are left without electricity. There are multiple missions there to alleviate this problem and to save people. Yesterday I was watching Samaritan's Purse website. I was reading about their disaster relief program, and I was just amazed how volunteers were organized. Before Milton, there was Hurricane Helen less than 2 weeks ago, and I think overall 4 hurricanes already hit the East Coast. Samaritan's Purse, this organization, they are based in North Carolina, but now they are having teams in Florida, Georgia, a little bit in Tennessee, using these teams, they are organizing people to help after the hurricane disaster. So, for example, today, this morning, starting at 7:30, in multiple cities in North Carolina, they will have coordination of volunteers, so they will brief them. So I'm talking about North Carolina because I know this state the most. Volunteers are gathered in churches, they are briefed, and they are split into small teams, and they are led by experienced team leads. They will be sent to clean up the houses from mud, to cut the trees, to patch the rooftops, to do like the essential things. Volunteers are welcomed on daily basis. If they can spend the night, they can come for a longer time, and they are recruiting volunteers up until November 2nd. The call is to do as Jesus said, as he spoke about the Samaritan, and the lesson was, do as the Samaritan and spread the gospel. So it's nice that people have the hearts to feel for those in need, those whose day in a split second became a disaster, who experienced a crisis, and they are there to help. And also it's incredible for me to observe the communication on the organizational level of this emergency response. Because if you look at hurricanes that happened in the past, 2005, Catherine, the devastating effect of that hurricane, where you look back and you feel like probably we could have done better. It's an example of where you look at the disaster, you look at the consequences, and instead of letting it crush you, you are thinking how to help better next time, and how to really turn this disaster into a glory. So in Ukraine we have also some natural disasters. Thanks God, we are not facing hurricanes, but we have man-made disaster, really bad tragedy. And we are just so grateful to so many organizations. I see them around in Ukraine, They are there to help vulnerable population. And I think it's great we can take lessons from United States. They have mastered the skill of emergency response to the point where there's like majors in emergency response. Am I correct? So there are disciplines in colleges, in universities, and I think it's a correct direction because there will not be less emergencies, not less disasters. Actually, everything shows that it's just gonna accumulate and get worse. Some interviews I watch, people say things are getting worse, people are getting worse. So it's nice to see these people with kind hearts, who are using all their skills, their desire to do good, to turn tragedy into God's glory. So my heart and my prayer goes out to my American friends, those at the east coast of United States. Thank you for being an example for us of being strong. Let's learn vocab. In US, you have the saying, lesson learned. In Ukraine, we say, вивчили урок. Вивчили урок. Вивчили is learned. Вивчили. Вивчили. Урок is a lesson. Урок. Урок. Вивчили урок. Вивчили урок. And to help is допомогти. Допомогти. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to the channel. Bye.